Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you our new Synology DSM template. So it's a way to run Synology Disk Station Manager on Proxmox. Now this may be useful if you want to try updates before deploying them on your Synology NAS. You can obviously use this as a replacement for another NAS OS, but I do not recommend that. Please support the guys at Synology and purchase a Synology if you want to use it for more of a day-to-day use. But everything that I feature in this video will be in the description below in the blog post. But essentially, you'll reach a page that looks a bit like this. So if we go to the HSVE website and then go to downloads, you'll be able to see that we'll have a new download link on the downloads page. So you can download this and then follow the guide. So if we go to guides, again this will be in the description, and then you go to using our templates. It's under virtualizing macOS, but it's a step-by-step guide on what to do to download this. It has changed regarding the new way to download these templates, but I'll walk through that in a moment. But the rest, using WinSCP, etc., is the same. So if we say we download a template just as a test, I'll show you. So Windows 11, we've got direct download or a torrent. If we click direct download, it'll ask you where to save it and it'll just begin to download. We're now using a CDN, so speed should be a lot better, and to be honest, it's probably one of the first sites that I've got my full speed on it, around 32 megabytes per second. So it's really great. But once that's downloaded and you've followed the guide on how to get it imported to Proxmox, on the local disk you'll have the backup section. For me it's under ISOs because I've got it set up a bit differently, but you'll see a template like this. If we click on the template and then select restore, choose a storage where you want the boot volume to be on, so SSDs for me. Give the VM an ID. You can change the name and stuff. I'm just going to leave it as is and click on restore. You can see it's a very quick restore. It's only 400 megabytes to download, just under that, which is absolutely great. So you can see it says task OK, which means the restore is successful. We can close this dialog box now and go to our virtual machine. You'll then see some instructions. It may look a little bit different for you because obviously this hasn't been released yet. And obviously I'm filming the video for it. Under hardware, before we boot up our virtual machine, you can change some settings like giving it some more memory. It should be fine at 4 gigabytes to be honest, and you can give it more cores. I recommend you use the VMXNet 3 NIC. You can use others, but I just prefer that one. Before we start, we either want to pass through our disks physically to virtual machines. So you'll see we've got a pass-through guide for disks. You can do that if you've got, say for example, 2 4 terabyte drives and you want to RAID them without using the Proxmox storage methods, you can do that. But if you just want to use virtual storage on Proxmox, say you've got, say my SSDs there, say you've got you know, a massive pool of disks, you just click add hard disk, make sure the bus is SATA, and select what storage you want it to be on, and then we want at least one 32 gigabyte volume to install, and then the rest you can add as disks. So I'm going to select a 100 gig volume for example. I'll turn on SSD emulation and tick discard. This is an SSD, again settings are different, so if I click on add, once that's added, essentially will be set to go. So we've got a 100 gig disk there. What I'll do, I'll just add another 100 gig one, and then we'll do a RAID 0 demo as well. So if I click add on that, once we've done that, we're going to just boot up the virtual machine and get started. So that's done. So if we go to options, make sure SATA is ticked, the 1 gigabyte volume. It should be by default. If we go to console and then click start now, you'll get an option. We're going to go into ARC config mode, so pressing enter. It should do it automatically anyway, but then it'll boot something called Red Pill. So we'll wait for that to boot, and essentially once that's booted, which you can see it already has pretty much booted, but once that's finished booting, we'll get sort of a setup stage that we can set what model of NAS we want and things like that. So you can see there's a menu here, so if we press enter on choose model, again it'll read the models from the internet that obviously it'll pull down fresh, and then you can see we've got loads of different models. For this test, what I'll do, we'll choose like a 4-core NAS for example. Let's choose that 4-bay. Oh, let's do this one. So a 5-bay NAS Intel. Again, I'm on AMD, but it doesn't matter. We press OK. Choose the version of DSM, obviously 7.2, we want the latest. And then what it'll do, it'll reconfigure all the patches and things like that. And we want to obviously use Synology services, so we'll install the ARC patch on that. All NICs I usually do, so if I press that, max settings for DSM, just enter. You can mess around with this, just max port for SATA port maps usually works, but again you can do whatever you like. And then OK. You can select any additionals. On Proxmox all you need is a CPU info. Press OK. Yes, you want to build the loader, and what it'll do, it'll download the PAT from Synology. You can see it's grabbed it, the latest one for the NAS that you selected, and it'll begin to download that from the internet. It'll then patch the image and the RAM disk, and then we should get an option to reboot. So we want to boot ARC loader, so if we press OK, you can see booting DSM. So Synology is great. I've got two myself. I've got a small 2-bay and I've got a 4-bay as well. The 2-bay is basically a backup of the 4-bay, but they are really great. I really recommend you get one. This just sort of gives you a taster before you actually buy the real thing. Again, don't use this for anything other than testing and sort of demoing it. So we're now booted. You can see it says will not be operational, wait a few moments, but it should be not too long. So if we go to find.synology.com, it'll then begin to look for devices on your LAN. So we'll see if it finds it. Again, it may take a couple of goes, just because it's still booting up the interface, configuring it all, etc. But let's see. It should pick up my two Synologies on the network, hopefully as well. You can see Apollo there, my 4-bay, and that'll be it. Nova as well, my other 2-bay NAS. You can see this station. Double check the IP, it's 18, and it's 18 now. If we click connect, read the terms and conditions, I've agreed, so I'm going to agree, and then privacy and all that stuff. It'll then redirect us to the IP address, and it'll say welcome to your Synology, install, download it from Synology website. You'd have to manually upload it now. Click on next, understand that obviously we're going to get deleted data, continue, and we're going to put the model name in to confirm that we're okay in deleting. Click on delete, and now Disk Station Manager will begin to install. Now I won't keep you waiting for this, but basically once it's done, DSM should reboot, and then we'll be ready to access it. You can see it doesn't take that long, but the reboot process does take quite a while. I'll still show you a few bits of that, but I'll be back in a few moments. So you can see there's sort of like a 10-minute timer. It won't take 10 minutes. You can see it's sort of rebooted itself. I did miss it there because I was doing other things, but basically it'll reboot, and then in a few moments we're just gonna, if we click on refresh, reload, wait for that. Obviously it'll time out a few times because it does take 1 or 2 minutes. You can see 1 or 2 minutes to boot back up again, but once it's up, we'll get onto configuring Synology. You can see system is now getting ready. The web page has loaded, even though it's still obviously preparing itself. It's the first time boot after installing DSM, the latest version for this sort of NAS. So you can see it's doing some packages, 4 packages for base, which I believe is like file manager, app store, storage manager, activity monitor sort of thing. So it's launching that now, and then we'll get onto sort of the configuration process, which we can go through pretty swiftly, 1 to 2 minutes. And then we'll have Synology DSM. I'll also show you how to set up a storage pool. Again, 30-second job. It does not take long. Depending on the amount of drives, again, depends on how long it's going to take. Say if you do a RAID 5, you're going to have to wait for it to build parity and stuff like that. You can see welcome to DSM 7.2. I'm going to click start. We're going to give the device a name, so I'll just call it YouTube NAS. Administrator account, you can't put admin, so I'm just going to put sysadmin. Password, again, something secure. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't like that one, for example. It's usually just a local password that I use, but we'll use this. Tick that because it's great finding your NAS on the network. Click on next, and then from there we should we get an update options. I just click the tick notify when they're available and install them manually. Click on next. We can sign into the Synology account, but again, if you're just using this to test out, I wouldn't recommend doing that. But again, it's up to you. So if we click skip anyway, I'm just going to leave that. Submit. This should then boot us into the web interface for the NAS. You can see we've got some pop-ups, no thanks for me, for both of those. Okay, and then straight away it's asking us if we want to create a storage pool. So if we click create now, start, you can put it in Synology hybrid RAID, you can have the RAID 0, I'll just put RAID 0 on. Next, select the 2 drives, there you go, 180 gig. Again, there's some redundancy sort of thing there. Skip drive check, maximum size, next basically. Obviously if you're doing it for real, go through it carefully. I'm just showing you how easy it is. I won't tour Synology DSM because you can do that yourself, but that's our new templates. So find everything featured in this video in the description below. But thanks ever so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel because it does really help, and also consider liking the video if you did like it. But that's going to be it for me. I'll see you in the next video. Stay Hackintoshin, stay Proxmox intelligent, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.